You listen to tips online telling you that you should go into no contact after that breakup, and now the worst thing that could happen is happening right now. Your ex is dating someone. Is it your responsibility? What you should be doing about that? Does it mean that it's really over? Should you move on? All these questions will be answered after the jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
My name is Alexis, I'm a relationship counselor, and my job is to help you get back with your ex. In this video, I will explain everything if your ex is in a rebound relationship. Before I do, I want to remind you that I put together a quiz. And the reason I put together this quiz is for you to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. Life is too short, wasting time watching videos like this one, if statistically there are actually no chance for you to get back with your ex. Hopefully you have a score above 15, which means that your relationship can be recovered, because not all relationships can be recovered. And if that's the case, continue watching the video. Of course, there's a question about rebound relationship on the quiz, because it does have an effect, it does have an impact on your chances. Take the quiz, it's free, the link is in the description, and come back to the video and listen to all the tips that I give you. So why rebound? It's very important for you to understand the why, because by understanding the why, it will help you and give you the strength to follow those tips. So your ex wants to feel that closeness to someone. A lot of people are really uncomfortable being single. A lot of people, I'm not that kind of person, but there's a lot of people, they never have like more than 1 week being alone. And so what they do is that they'll try anyone. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily attractive or successful, but it's just like they find someone because they don't want to be alone. And that might be the case for your ex right now, is to find anyone that could help them right now not to be alone. The thing is, a rebound. The definition of a rebound is someone that you use, is someone. A relationship that's not built on solid foundation, and they use that person to fill a void. So if you compare your relationship with their relationship, they didn't use you. They found you. You found each other. You created something. You had amazing relationship together. Of course, at the end, not so amazing, but you had these things. You had this strong foundation. The other guy or the other woman is just something that they use. They need that emotional closeness, they need someone to fill that void, and they'll pick up that person. What to expect? It doesn't last long at all. On average, a few weeks to 6 months, 6 months tops. What they often say and do is that they will show other people that it's not a rebound. They will say like, no, it's serious. They would sort of pretend that they are not using that person because they don't want to have the bad role. They don't want also sometimes to make the other suffer. They don't necessarily realize. They also do that to prove to themselves that they were right. If I decided to break up with Brad and now I'm dating someone else, it means that, I value being in a relationship, and Brad was not so much an interesting person. So a lot of people as well use that person to boost their ego, to boost their self-esteem. So what you should be doing, it's very important for you to have a strong social, emotional support. So friends, obviously friends, family, amazing support. And I'm talking about not necessarily talking about your breakup and your ex and crying in their arms, but it could be going out, enjoying life, being with people. It's very important. Tons of studies about that. To fight anxiety, depression, it's really important just simply to be with someone. Then if you need someone to listen to you, if you need to vent, then find a therapist, find a counselor like myself, or maybe your best friend. But sometimes the friends, the thing is at some point they're kind of fed up by you talking. So find an expert that can help you also and guide you and reflect you and boost your self-confidence. Very important. Now, 100% of my clients think that their ex will stay with their rebound. It's fueled by that fear. It's fueled by this insecurity. Of course, my perception of the reality is different because I've seen so many couples, so many situations, and I can guarantee you that it is rarely the case. So Of course, you don't really trust me because you can't tell me, yes, but this time she really seems in love with that guy. Usually she doesn't get so close. Or this time I really feel it's different. You know, she doesn't look like me, or he does look like me. Or there's so many reasons for you to convince yourself that it's going to work. Statistically, they are bound to fail. And never forget why they date him or her. They are using that person, right? It's important for you in that case because it's really hard to face your ex. Being with someone is really a slap in the face, and I've been in that situation. It's awful. It is very important for you to take some distance, to unfollow them in social media, to do that no contact, to really focus on yourself, to stop limiting interaction sometimes with the friends you have in common, not to hear from your ex and her or his rebound. It's really important for you to take that space, because the more you're going to have those images, and it's very hard because in our digital age, you know, with social media, we have pictures of our ex everywhere. So it's very important for you to detach yourself emotionally and visually, because otherwise it's going to be very hard for you to go through that phase of getting back with your ex. And as we mentioned, a rebound can take up to 6 months. So you really need to brace yourself to go through that phase and come out stronger, not weaker than before. To give you an image, this relationship is the Titanic. There is no point for you trying to put a bomb on the ship or to make the ship to collapse or stuff like that. It will drown. It will hit the iceberg at some point. There's no point trying to do anything on that ship. It's bound to drown. The warning signs, however, is very important because at the end of the day, my job is, of course, to help you get back with your ex, but sometimes I tell my clients, don't get back with them. You shouldn't. So if they are doing it to cause you pain, if they do it intentionally to hurt you, be aware. Be aware because you don't necessarily want to be with someone who wants you to suffer. Usually in a breakup, when it's a healthy breakup, when people care for you, they will hide, they will lie, they will make some white lies, not for you to suffer. They will try to protect you, okay? If, in other way, they are actually very much vocal about their relationship, they really want you to react to this, they really want you to suffer from it, be aware. Maybe that person is a narcissistic person. Maybe they use that to feel superior. Maybe you had that really bad dynamic of they really wanted to, they pushed you down. They really want showing to the world that they're superior, that they are dating this amazing person, that you're just crap. And they feel great about that because also that's an insecurity from them, and that's why they need to prove the world that they are dating that new person and hurt you. Because by hurting you, they feel important. They feel they are superior, okay? So be really careful with that. If that's the case for you, I really encourage you to think twice about getting back with that person because he or she is not necessarily the right person for you. So the honeymoon phase, and the reason why you shouldn't bomb the Titanic. We go through, it's very frequent in rebound relationship to go through that limerence, so it's a psychological concept. It's a state of infatuation or obsession with another person that involves all-consuming passion and intrusive thoughts. So very frequently you see like they're completely, they're doing everything with that rebound. Your ex hated to go, I don't know, to movies or stuff like that, or traveling. Now they're going traveling, they're going everywhere, they hold hands, they completely, the whole passionate stuff, caricatural stuff. And it's really the feeling of ecstasy. It's really what they're looking after. It's really chemical, and I've done a video about the molecules in the brain where we're in love, where we basically don't really see things in the right way. We have a different perception of the reality, a distorted perception of the reality. And we lack judgment, and so we are in that ecstasy phase. And that's the rebound relationship. Rebound relationship is really, people are high on ecstasy. They are really creating a reality that's completely fake. What's going to happen is after a few weeks, a few months, exactly the same way you get high or you get drunk, there's the calm down, there's the hangover. And soon enough, they realize that that fantasy is no longer a reality. Soon enough, they realize that that person has flaws. Soon enough, they realize that actually they don't have the same values, they don't share the same things. They have fun, they have sex maybe, they enjoy the sex, but at the end of the day, that's it. Is it what they really want in life? And this is when they start questioning whether it's bound to fail, it's a relationship worth pursuing, or whether they need to end the relationship. And when they have these thoughts, they're going to think about you. They're going to think about you because they're going to compare, again, your relationship based on strong foundations. Again, take the quiz, you have to get above 15, versus that person who is very much a great guy or a great girl. They like hanging out with them, but they have really nothing in common. They're just using them because it makes them feel better. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they want to build something together. And so no contact is in that sense also a great tool for you to make them feel the loss. By not having you around as well, they're going to feel that, okay, now I'm wondering, now I'm curious, now I want to know what he's been up to or she's been up to. So it's very important for you. You're going to ask me, however, should I do no contact or not? Should I break no contact? What should I do? In theory, you don't want to interrupt a rebound relationship because they're in a phase, that honeymoon phase, and you don't want to be the guy interrupting that honeymoon phase, right? So now, the question you need to ask, and I'm so sorry if that's the case for you, and actually I want to know because I've had cases recently of people telling me that, and I was like, why are you listening to those tips? Some people, they go no contact for months, and then they're surprised that their ex is in a rebound relationship. And they tell me like, yeah, I've been in no contact for 8 months, and now he's dating someone. Is that a rebound? Because I've read that rebound is after 3 months, so now it's... Why? Why didn't you contact them? It's fine to contact your ex after a few months of no contact. If you wait years, of course your ex would be forced in a way to move on, because in some occasion, your ex might expect to hear from you. They might expect just one sign. They might expect like, if I meant something for them, they would just give me a call. They would just send me something, okay? And at this stage, and I know a lot of people, they get confused with that, but they decided to break up, so they have to go back to me. That's the theory. In reality, it doesn't necessarily mean that, okay? Sometimes you just want to give them a nudge, poke them, and they'll feel like, okay, I'm confident enough to reach out. Okay, so that's why I'm not an advocate of doing no contact, blindly, stupidly, just by the rule and not contacting your ex and wait for a sign. First, you're going to be basically hoping for something to happen, and I don't like people not to have control in their life. Second, you might trigger themselves saying like, okay, well, I'm going to move on because I have no news and I expect news, okay? So, of course, you have to do no contact. You have to do it for a certain number of days, depends on your relationship, depends on a lot of factors, but it's okay to reach out. However, getting back to the rebound, it's very tricky to contact your ex when they're in a rebound. I think it's, in a way, too late. If it's too late, you can contact your ex, but, I'm going to do the but. Make sure you don't talk about the rebound. It's actually better if they don't know they have a rebound. And the reason is simple, because if you manage to get in touch with them, to exchange messages on a regular basis, and they hide that they're dating someone from you, in a way they'll feel that they're cheating on that person with you. Okay? And what you're doing by being in contact with them while they're in a relationship, you're also creating the reasons or creating a good structure for the relationship to fail. You might accelerate the thing, because what's going to happen is that that new rebound person will look at your ex looking at their phone. They'll feel like, well, who are you talking to? Who is that person? And as soon as they realize that they are talking with the ex, they'll be like, wow, you're using me, I'm done. Okay, so that's a strategy. It's a risky one. So I wouldn't tell you to do it blindly. If you don't know exactly if you should do it, give me a call. Rather than fucking it up, give me a call. It takes 50 minutes. It's totally free. I have like a link in the description. But in some occasion, it's fine just to test the water, see how it goes. If you don't hear anything, if you don't have any response, You have to let them have that relationship. Hopefully it's a rebound, because sometimes it's not. And sometimes it's not because you've waited too long to reach out. So be really, really mindful of those tips, because yeah, I feel bad when I hear people telling me they're in a rebound. We've been in no contact for 10 months. Well, 10 months, mate, contact them, it's fine. Of course, after 10 months, it's not anymore a rebound potentially. And this is where it gets really hard for you to get back with your ex. If you like the video, don't forget to click on the like button, and there's also other videos for you to watch. Take care of yourself, bye-bye.
igetmyexback.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.